Hi friends, it's Andrea. Today I want to share how I created this interactive card for Newton's Nook Designs. First off, I created an A2 top folding white card and die cut the front panel with one of the cloud borders dies. Sky borders dies. I used the same die to die cut a separate piece, which I've already cut down to fit over that, and I also inked it up a little bit with gray ink. Now with the grass die from the land borders dies, I die cut two borders, one from heavyweight white cardstock and another from 80-pound cardstock. And the 80-pound one I have inked up with distressed oxides and stamped a sentiment. Next, I used the birch tree dies from the forest scene builder dies, and again die cut trees from heavyweight cardstock and trees from 80-pound Desert Storm cardstock, and I have added some ink blending to the edges to give it some dimension. I trimmed a panel of blue cardstock to fit inside my card, and here's the image I'm using. It's the Porch Swing Friends from Newton's Nook Designs. I've already stamped and colored it. I did partial die. Well, first I used a T-square ruler and a black pen to extend the lines up for the swing. And I used partial die cutting to die cut the bottom portion of the swing and then use my scissors to cut out the top. And I also cut a white one so that the Copic coloring won't show through on the inside of my card. So let's assemble the card. So I'm applying tape runner to the back of the blue panel that will fit inside my card. So I'm just adhering that down. Excuse me. And next we'll work on the front of our card. So I'm going to apply the heavyweight white cardstock trees to the top panel and also to the bottom grass panel. And I'm going to use some heavy duty double-sided tape. This is the Terrific tape from Thermoweb. I love how easy it is to tear, and it's really strong, so this is definitely going to keep my card together. So I'm applying a strip of the tape, and then I'll remove the backer so I can adhere the tops of the trees. Now I've already cut the white trees down a little bit so that they will fit on my card better, and you'll see this as we go along that I'll have to trim the tan ones later. So now we're going to adhere the trees. And I'm using my mat, the grid lines on my mat, to help me get them somewhat straight. So there's the first tree, and now we'll do the other white tree. And then it'll be time to adhere the white grass border. Again, I'm going to apply a strip of the Terrific tape from Thermoweb. And remove the backing. I'm trying to make sure that I have this squared on the bottom of my card, so I ended up using some purple tape to help hold the grass in place, and then I can just close my card and flatten the trees down. And now we're going to attach the tan trees on top of the white ones. I'm using mixed media adhesive from Thermoweb, so just putting a line of glue on the back of the tree and then lining it up with the white tree. And you'll see here where I have to trim off the top a little bit. I'd already trimmed off the white ones, but I forgot to do that to the tan ones. So I'm just snipping off a little bit of the tops of the trunks and pushing it back down. And there I just finished the other tree, and I do come back and I trim off the little branches hanging off the sides. So I removed the purple tape, and now it's time to start applying the top layer. So to make sure that my the top layer is flush and doesn't show the dimensions of the trees, because I have two layers of trees, I'm applying 2 layers of cardstock so they'll all be the same height and it won't dip in the middle. So I'm applying, and I'm using the Terrific tape to apply that. Remove the liner. Doing it one more time. Add a little bit of liquid glue and then stick the colored grass border on top. And this is actually the front of my card. Let's get that pressed down really well, and then it's time to do the top. Well, first I'm going to assemble the swing pieces together so that the coloring of my one doesn't show through on the inside of my card. I apply it to a plain white one. Make sure that's glued together well, and then stick that on top of the white cloud border, which is the top of my card. Make sure it's straight. And again, I'm going to apply the 2 layers of cardstock just to have a more even height for the top. So here I am applying the cardstock layers. I do 2 layers again, just like I did on the grass border. So that's the first layer, and I've finished the second layer, and now I'm going to adhere the white border to the top. And you can see it here, it's white, but in the finished card I have a green on top because I decided that was just too much white. So I cut a different panel and colored it with Distress Oxides. So there's the green, and I like that much better than the white. Thank you so much. Have a great day.